Hello, my name is George Kelly. I'm recording this from Delaware, and this is my ESPN First Take Debate Tape. The topic that I'm going to pick is about Tom Brady. Should Tom Brady be considered an MVP? Now, look, clearly, there's no way that he should be considered the MVP. I mean, you're talking about Tom Brady has 1,000 yards and 8 touchdowns. Okay, well, Matthew Stafford, Matt Ryan, and Philip Rivers have 2,000 yards. So what are you saying? What are you saying? I mean, number one, he's only going to play 75% of the season. Like that right there, that should disqualify you from the gate because you didn't play the whole season. And secondly, your stats are you're more than half behind them. So unless somehow, some way they throw 2 interceptions a game and only pass for like 175 and 179 yards, maybe somehow they'll catch him. But like you said, let's multiply his numbers by 4. Okay, well, let's multiply their numbers by 4. Does he stand a chance? Absolutely not. You sound ridiculous. Like seriously, there is no way pop. And number two, since we're going to talk about it, they were 3-1. If Jimmy Garoppolo never got hurt, they'd be 4-0. So you mean to tell me that we want to consider a guy to be the MVP on a team that was in first place before you even got there? Really? Really? So if nobody gets hurt, so if Tom Brady doesn't get hurt, Philip Rivers doesn't get hurt, and Matthew Stafford doesn't get hurt, and Matt Ryan doesn't get hurt, and everybody plays at the same level they're playing right now, then that means those guys will be at they will be at 5,000 plus yards. So how is a guy who has less stats, less touchdowns, and played less games be considered an MVP? Does that even make common sense to you? If it does, if you're telling me a guy who plays 75% of the games on a team who was in first place before he got there, who has less yardage and less touchdowns than 3 other quarterbacks who played the whole season, should be the MVP, you should be drug tested. There's something wrong. You need to stay off the weed. Because you want something clearly. That is asinine, asset 10, and asset 34. Like, that's how many asinine somebody should go to for you to make that statement. There is no way possible, barring an injury, because that's the only way. All 3 of them quarterbacks need to get hurt and Tom Brady be lights out in order for him to be considered anything. Because at the way things are going right now, absolutely not. Zero. How can you be even considered the MVP when you was on one of the best teams in the league and it was in first place before you even got there? How does that even make sense for you to say that? Like, come on. You should apologize. They should make you apologize on national TV to the American people for the statement that you made. Because that makes absolutely no sense. None. Max Kellerman, you're right on that. Okay, that concludes my debate.